coming to you from an unknown location, at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, bringing you the unknown. Welcome to another spine-tingling episode of Paranormal 411. Your hosts are David Reagan and Jason Scott, and together, they dive headfirst into the mysteries that lurk just beyond our understanding, featuring notable experts ready to share their insights into the world of the strange and unknown. So pull up a chair, pour a cup of something warm, and prepare to be enthralled. Here at Paranormal 411, we're not just a radio show, we're a community of truth seekers, adventurers of the mind, exploring the boundaries of the known and unknown. We invite you to join us, to share your thoughts, your experiences, your questions. Whether you've had your own encounter with the supernatural or you're simply intrigued by the inexplicable, we want to hear from you. So, don't be shy. Drop a comment and let's unravel the mysteries of the universe together. Buckle up as we journey beyond the veil of the ordinary, into the heart of the extraordinary. This is Paranormal 411, where the inexplicable meets reality and imagination takes flight. Stay tuned and remember, in the world of the paranormal, nothing is as it seems.
All right.
Woo, man.
Woo.
A new time.
We are coming to you live today, Tuesday.
Woo. So, Jason, you want to tell them?
I don't even know what time it is.
It is 7:14.
7:14.
So you want to tell them about what we're doing?
About the show?
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a show for an hour on Tuesdays, Thursdays, probably around 7 p.m.
Yep.
And one on Saturday from 8 till 10.
Oh, yeah. So you just get a little bit more of
We're going to be
Jason
pumping them out.
So, as most people know now that I'm off the road, so we can actually start planning these things out a little bit better. And I won't be any longer on the road when it happens.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. So, welcome to the first day of a 3-day week.
Yeehaw. It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday already.
Wow.
Tomorrow's hump day.
This year's going by fast.
It is. Too fast. Dang. Your kids are about to be out of school.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to do then?
I'm going to work.
You going to work more?
I'm going to work.
Now we are live on Spreaker. We're live on Podbean. We're live on X. Also on paranormal411.org, Facebook, and YouTube.
Oh, look. I got to change this Bigfoot Festival.
Oh, yeah. We're not at the Bigfoot Festival.
No. Let's see.
Now, we do have a book out. You can find it on Amazon. It's East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore. But our new book is about to come out. We should be getting our proofs in any day, right?
Yes, sir. Edition 2.
So second edition of the book will be out here real soon. And I'd say by the time we do our Thursday show, we'll be able to let you see one.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll tell you when they're going to be ready to buy. So everybody definitely be waiting for this. Now, if you're looking to find us, you can do that at paranormal411.org, paranormal411 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Also on Saturday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are on WDJY FM in Metro Atlanta. So if you're in Metro Atlanta, you could listen to us on 99.1 FM. Hey, and that's all right if you're not. You could go to WDJYFM.com or to paranormal411.org. Click on the link, and it'll take you right to it. And you can listen to us every Saturday night, 10 to 11.
Oh, yeah. 10 to 11.
We're on all of your favorite podcast platforms.
Yep.
Join us.
So we had a good time at the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival in Townsend.
Man, was it not great?
Yes. Got to talk to a lot of people.
Heard a lot of awesome stories.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stories were just fantastic.
It got a little muddy, but
yeah. Yeah, if you didn't bring your mud shoes, you were mudding home for sure.
My kids, when we got home, we sprayed them off with a water hose outside. That was how bad it was.
My wife was like sitting down, taking her shoes off and going to put them over on some plastic that we had in the floorboard.
Mm-hmm.
And she accidentally dropped them on herself. So,
hey, tonight we got a pretty good show lined up. Just me and David. We don't have a guest.
no guest tonight.
We're going to be talking about demonic possession.
Yes.
Now that's a little paranormal. What do you think?
I think yes.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Moto.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Jason's getting a special call.
That's the bat line.
Yeah. That's the red line that goes to the president of these here United States.
So let's just start with explaining what it is.
Okay.
It involves a person being controlled or influenced by an evil spirit, a demon, or supernatural entity.
Mm-hmm.
Different cultures and belief systems have, varying interpretations of possession, but the common main idea is it's an external force taking over an individual's body or mind.
Could you imagine that though? Like something taking you over, and it's like you get moved from the driver's seat over to the passenger seat, and you can't do nothing about it.
That's some real sci-fi stuff right there.
That'd be weird, huh?
Yeah, it's like the Gual
Uh-oh.
on Stargate.
Uh-oh. Maybe
But they can switch back and forth,
Yeah. Well, only if they're nice
host-
enough to let
from
'em.
host to Gual.
Wait, are your eyes shining?
No. And I like how their voice changed.
Yeah.
And that happens in possessions too. Their voice.
Yep. Voices change. They have knowledge of things that they shouldn't have had knowledge of. That changes too, right? So, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So a lot of different religions, and myths view
Mhm.
possessions differently, or maybe close to the same.
Right.
In Christianity, possessions often associated with Satan or fallen angels.
Mm-hmm.
So Satan, was he a fallen angel?
Supposedly, yes.
Yeah.
Supposedly, he was one of the archangels.
Yes, and he didn't like the way he was treated.
He told God to.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm going to place myself higher than you," and God said, let's see."
So in Hinduism, it can be linked to malevolent spirits or deities.
Yes.
Indigenous cultures have their own unique perspectives on possession.
Mm-hmm.
I think it even dates back in the Sumerian text. It talks about possession.
Yeah. Well, and then, the Bible talks about it. And like you said, the Sumerian texts talk about it. Hinduism and stuff has it with the what is it called? The jinn and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's prevalent in a lot of cultures around the world. And it makes you believe that, usually when something's that prevalent, then maybe it really pertains to something that's real.
Yeah, and in like the Catholic beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
the Catholic Church goes along with exorcisms and demonic possessions, but I know they're real critical about doing it.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you have to go see a psychologist. You got to get all these other things ruled out.
Check a
Yeah.
bunch of boxes. Make sure you're not psychologically impaired and
Yeah.
mentally impaired and all kinds of stuff.
And it's just weird. But there's some priests that, don't care. They'll do it anyway.
Yeah. And there's some remember when we had, what was his name? Was it Dr. Richard Gallagher?
Yes.
When he was on it, and he even said that there's priests that don't even believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you even be a priest if you didn't believe in it? Free bed.
That's
I
a
mean,
double
free
standard.
food. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. I would think that they would go hand in hand. You know, you would have to have one with the other.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Free
think it's,
uniform.
that's it.
Free white collar.
That's it. Free white collar job. You don't even have to believe.
So later on, we're going to talk about some of the main cases, but we want to talk about symptoms and signs.
Oh yeah.
So David's going to talk about that.
Now, some of the signs are, man, I'm not possessed.
Changing voices.
Changing voices. Altered behavior. Um, altered behavior, sudden personality changes, aggression, violent outbursts. You know, most people on a Saturday night at a football game. I'm just kidding.
So you can confuse that with Tourette's too.
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm just
Bum second.
And I'm not making fun of people with Tourette's because it's a real thing. So, but yes. You know, I think that there's some other things that Dr. Gallagher would say goes along with this also, which is like, you know, people that have severe depressions and you know, all kinds of other things. But the ones that I find the most fascinating is people who speak in unknown languages, like dead languages, like Sumerian and, you know, stuff like this, that they are speaking in these languages. That's fascinating.
Yeah. I mean, when a spirit gets a hold of you, I mean, it's even in Christianity too. Because I've seen people speak in tongues.
Right.
I mean, a spirit can get in you and they don't even know what they're saying.
Right.
I was watching that preacher.
The one you sent me.
Yes. I mean, he is a demon. I know he is. He was trained by Oral Roberts. But yeah, he's pretty crazy. That he was interviewed by People or something like that about his private jets. And he said he didn't want to be why he didn't fly commercial was because he didn't want to be in a tube with a bunch of demons.
Well, you'd think that if you're a preacher or something,
You'd want to be around that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be part of.
He said he couldn't associate with all that.
Huh. That just makes no sense.
But he
do we have anybody talking to us?
We probably do. Let's see. Let's look in the chats.
Nope.
Not
Nobody.
yet, but I seen Susan. She was on.
She just did something because it
Facebook.
popped up on my phone, on my computer. Another thing, superhuman strength.
Yeah.
You know, I told the story once, but my cousin was in. Hey, Susan. My cousin was, you know, used to do work at the Smoky Mountain Children's Home and stuff. And there was a kid that they had taken from the parents because they had pretty much raised this kid in a tractor trailer, fed him out there. He didn't get to really see the light or nothing. Right. And he said this kid wasn't 50 pounds soaking wet, 60 pounds soaking wet. Hey, Michelle. And he said that the kid was on a gurney strapped down and he started coming out of the gurney. So he said he laid on top of him to try to help hold him down before the nurses and people could come in to try to sedate him or something. And he said he bench pressed him off of him and he weighed about 200 pounds, just like he was nothing, just almost flung him across the room.
Wow.
And so, you know, I really do think that superhuman strength is just, I don't know. It's crazy to me.
Yeah. A lot of people witness that.
Yeah.
I watched a video. I don't know how real it was, but it supposedly happened in. Of course, this is a video, and they're saying it happened in the 1800s.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to meet that
But
person.
it was
As a time traveler.
a possessed girl carrying somebody by the hair walking up a wall.
Maybe it was a reenactment.
May have been.
Yeah.
But it was pretty wild, pretty real looking.
And then this one right here is what I find the weirdest of them all. Was they have a aversion to religious symbols. So, when you put a cross or holy water or other sacred things up to them, they back away or they act afraid of it and stuff like
It
that.
burns them.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I think that it's intention. If you believe something enough, right, then if I believe it enough that this right here will save me from the demon, I think it's my intention that's put into this object that might keep that thing away from me. See everybody? Yeah.
Oh.
But, honestly, I really do believe that it's intention that does it. Not necessarily because it's a religious thing,
Yeah. Like the cross,
Yeah. Holy water.
Yeah.
Because, what if you're not Christian?
And right. Even the priests that come in, they have on the purple thing over them and the rosemary and all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe in it. I believe that can happen. And I believe that priests do have a certain power over the demons if they use their
name, if they tell them their name. You see it a lot in text and stuff where they say that's the way that it goes. I don't know. I am on the other end of the fence on this one, Jason.
You don't believe it?
Oh no, it's not that I don't believe, because I've seen all kinds of crazy shit my whole life, but I don't necessarily believe that it has to be religious.
Yeah, I don't.
Or not even just that they're not. We could call them demons, or we could call them whatever we want to, but I think that they're just fifth, sixth, seventh. They're dimensional. I'll say dimensional vampires that they latch onto somebody, and depending on their strength or the person's weaknesses or the combination of both, they can control them.
Yeah, but usually everybody associates possession, demon spirits with religion.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where we get into some back and forth stuff.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying that I don't believe in it. I just don't, it's like calling every haunting in a house a demon possession, right? That's not a fact, and I think that calling everything that you see is a possession. And even when we had Dr. Richard Gallagher on, he even said that that's a rare thing, right? You have oppression that happens more than anything, and stuff. So I believe that, I won't say all of it, but a very good percentage of it is just crazy people in this world.
Yeah, and you can rack a lot of it up to mental health too.
Yeah, exactly. The Catholic exorcisms do where they, have the holy water, they pray, they invoke divine authority, right?
In the name of so and so.
Yeah, the name of Jesus that cast you out and all this other stuff, and again, I think that it's intention. I think if you believe whatever it is that you do enough, that's what will make that entity leave the person. Because otherwise the Christians would have the lockdown on that.
Yeah.
But we know that there's other people that do it, right? Islamic religions do it. Shamanic people have their own passages and their own rights of how they, get these things out of people and stuff like that. So, again, I think it's intention.
Yeah, they use like herbs and chickens and chicken
Right.
blood.
Right. Yeah. Depending. And they chant and everything else too, but I think it's just throwing that intention at it. Is what gets it. I ain't saying I've got the right answers. I'm just saying, that's kind of what I believe.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
You go ahead.
Now, some people do argue that mental health issues are misdiagnosed. And that leads to harmful consequences, which I think one of the stories we're going to talk about has a little of that aspect in it, right? The Catholic Church actually got in some pretty big trouble for it. It's one of the reasons that they go to people like Dr. Richard Gallagher now and try to get diagnoses and stuff before they start doing these things. And there's a lot of people who believe that there's ways to protect yourself from these things, right? So, depending on what it is that you believe, if that's prayer, meditation, connecting with positive energies, you have a lot of people white light, and stuff like that. And then the Christian will say, do not do any occult practices. So no tarot card readings, no Ouija boards. Yeah, that's like the main one, right? No Ouija board. Ouija boards are terrible. Weren't you going to bring one over?
I've got one, and my wife,
she's going to bring it over.
She was going to kick me out.
I thought she was going to bring it over.
I know. I keep forgetting it.
Oh, okay. I think you're doing it on purpose just to tell your wife I would keep it at that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, serious, you have a lot of people, a lot of Christian people and stuff that say occult practices are what does it, divining and doing all these things, tarot card reading and stuff. I don't know. I guess leave it up to you on what it is that you believe, but
yeah, I mean, if you think somebody's possessed, encourage them to go to the doctor first.
Yeah. Try to get them to go see a psychologist.
Yeah. I mean, because not everybody, like David said, is possessed. It's got to do with mental health and.
Right. Well, I mean, you have, like I said, Dr. Richard Gallagher. He said that that's a very, very rare thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you have all kinds of other stuff that could happen though. But demonic infestations and all kinds of other stuff that he went over with us when he was here. But, I think when it comes down to it, that definitely, if you start hearing voices and you're afraid that something might be going on, go see a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I watched The Conjuring last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
I love those movies.
Yeah.
My wife won't let me watch them because she's afraid of them.
Oh, I love them.
Well, it's not that she's afraid of it. She doesn't like the jump scenes. That's what she doesn't like.
Yeah.
All the jump scare stuff.
What about when they was playing the clap game? Is that in Conjuring 2 or is that the first one? One of them, they was playing the clap game. Yeah, and it's like a hide and seek game, but you got to clap. And one was coming from the closet, a clap was coming from the little wardrobe they had there, and she opened it up, and the little girl said, "No, I'm over here." She was behind her, but she heard them clapping in the wardrobe. Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I've had spirits and things in houses of mine and stuff like that. And they interact. Some of them interacted with me. That little girl did, stories in the book, by the way. But, just a shameless plug. But I mean, I wouldn't call it a demonic possession or infestation or anything like that.
Right. Oppression.
Yeah, that's it. Demonic oppression.
Hey, guess what? We can take a break.
Oh man, yeah, that's right. We
can do 30-minute break and then take a break.
Dang.
So when we come back,
Michelle says I could watch them all I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be by myself though, right? Which I don't. I mean, I don't mind to watch them by myself. Back when I was a single man, I used to sit up late at night and watch scary movies. So,
yeah, I couldn't do that when I was younger, but now that I'm older, it don't bother me.
Yeah, they've never bothered me.
I was scared of my own shadow.
I used to laugh at them. I mean, they were just, I don't know.
Remember when Evil Dead come out?
Yeah,
oh my gosh, I was scared.
Now that was a good movie though.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really good movie. I liked Evil Dead. I think it wasn't it filmed all like here in Tennessee.
Yeah,
too?
It was
in a cabin.
In a cabin.
Yeah,
it was pretty wild.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a 6-minute break.
Woo, everybody! Hey, before we take that quick 6-minute break, remember we're live on Spreaker. We're live on X, paranormal411.org, Facebook, and YouTube. And our new book will be out soon, right? East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore, 2nd edition. And probably by the time our Thursday show comes around, we'll be able to kind of flash one to you because our copies should be coming in. And
the proofs.
Yeah, our proof copies so we can read them to make sure that they look good.
I would like to announce, want to thank Jerry Michaels Perry for contributing to the book on the forward.
Yep. Thank you very much, Sherry.
Yes, really appreciate it.
Remember, you can also find us at paranormal411.org, paranormal411 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Again, Saturday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're on WDJY-FM. You go to WDJYFM.com or paranormal411.org. Click on the link. Listen to us. We're also on Subspace Radio and all of your favorite podcast platforms.
All right. We'll be back in about 6 minutes.
Join us.
What if the world we know is merely a fraction of reality? What if there are forces, entities, and phenomena that exist just beyond our comprehension in the shadows of the unknown? Welcome to Paranormal 411, your gateway to the unexplained and the downright chilling. Imagine, if you will, a quiet, sleepy town tucked away from the hustle and bustle of the city. The locals tell tales of a house atop a hill where strange lights flicker and eerie sounds echo in the dead of night. Some say it's haunted, others claim it's a portal to another realm. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: those who venture there are never quite the same. Or picture this, a clear, starry night in the heart of the desert. Suddenly a blinding flash cuts across the sky, a craft of unknown origin moving at impossible speeds. It hovers, then vanishes, leaving only questions and a sense of awe. Could it be visitors from another world, or perhaps a secret government project? These stories, these encounters with the unknown, are what we love here at Paranormal 411. Our mission? To explore the unexplored, to question the unquestioned, and to shine a light into the darkest corners of the paranormal. We've journeyed through haunted houses and UFO sightings, and into the mysteries of cryptids and psychic phenomena, and pondered the existence of other dimensions. And yet, there is so much more to discover. Paranormal 411 is your guide to the unexplained and the extraordinary. Here we talk about the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our world, from haunted houses and UFO sightings to cryptids and psychic phenomena. We love to question, to explore, and to understand the unknown. There's a world of mystery out there just waiting to be discovered. So why not join us on this journey into the unknown? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a part of the Paranormal 411 community. Together, we can uncover the secrets that the universe holds. Welcome to Paranormal 411. Your journey into the unknown starts here. Join us.
In the heart of Madisonville, Tennessee, lies a pizzeria like no other. Step through the door of Legends and Lore Pizzeria and be transported to a realm where paranormal and cryptid encounters along with mouth-watering pizza go hand in hand. Meet Eddie and his crew, who serve up slices of the supernatural along with the best pies in town. With the walls adorned with eerie artifacts, indulge in piping hot slices that melt in your mouth and tease your taste buds. And it's not just the locals who love the incredible pizza. Legends and Lore has been selected as the best pizza joint in all of Monroe County. As lovers of everything pizza and the paranormal, the owners have mastered the art of crafting unforgettable combinations that will leave you wanting more. To stay connected with this mystical eatery, follow Legends and Lore Pizzeria on Facebook, where tales of their latest creations and upcoming specials will be shared. Make sure to browse their custom menu, featuring legendary pizzas like the Chupacabra Ranch and the Exorcist. So, whether you have an appetite for the supernatural or simply seek the best pizza in town, Legends and Lore is the place to be. Come for the unforgettable flavors, stay for the captivating stories, and find yourself in a world where legends and pizza collide.
Get ready to rock with the electrifying sound of Catalyst, a band that's sure to leave you wanting more. With their powerful lyrics and killer riffs, Catalyst is a great sound in the world of rock music. You can listen and find Catalyst on Bandcamp, or go to the link at paranormal411.org and click on their banner.
Hey, we're
Ooh.
back after that great commercial break.
Wasn't that an awesome little break?
Sure was.
Give you time to go do what it is that you may need to do.
Got in a potty.
Go potty.
Oh, no.
What? What happened?
That scared me there for a minute. I thought we done lost connection.
Hey, everybody. We want to thank everybody for coming on. We don't say this enough, but thanks for everybody that listens and tunes in and especially watches these lives. If we could get more people to do that, that'd be awesome. But if you'd please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah.
and talk to us in the chat room. The more people that talk, the better it is.
Oh yeah. So we was gonna talk about a few possessions
Yes.
that are pretty famous,
Mm-hmm.
like Annalise
Michael.
Michael,
Yeah. Michael, I think, in France or wherever.
German. She was a young German woman that struggled with a mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
From an early age, she was diagnosed with epilepsy. She also experienced depression and hallucinations. And over time, her symptoms, they got real bad, including aversion to religious iconography.
Yep.
So she and her family were Catholic, and they attributed it to demonic possession. Wrong button. I got you. Here, hold on. Let me fix you. Oh, yeah, right here. Let me do this again. Demonic possession. So Lee, it lasted around 10 months of Catholic exorcism rites that she went through.
That's crazy.
Almost 70 exorcisms on this one young lady. And tragically, she passed away from it.
Yep. Yeah. She was emaciated and starved. Now, she had malnutrition and everything. So
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy, though. That's pretty much what made everybody, the Catholic Church to start having to go in and check for other signs and symptoms that it may not be depression.
Right. I'm going to try to pull you a picture up of her before and after her
Exorcisms.
Yeah, her exorcisms, if I can do it.
You've gotten good at this.
I have.
On the screen share.
Yes. So here's a picture of her when she was a beautiful young lady, and then after the her exorcisms and possession, she became, wow, I got a lot of stuff going on here.
You got to scroll back up.
There we go. Oh, let me take that off.
Yep. Stop screen. See you. But I mean, that shows you that. Now, is that because she really was possessed, or just because she was emaciated and, because she was starved to death practically,
Yeah. Well, was she starved, or would she just not eat?
Well, see, that's the thing, is that when someone's in your care and they're not taking care of themselves, then you have the responsibility to make sure that they get help provided to them, to make sure that they don't just starve themselves to death.
Now, this is the one that the Catholic Church got in trouble for.
Yep. They got sued over it.
Her death was ruled negligent homicide.
Yep.
Do you think maybe she was just mentally ill?
It's possible. But, unfortunately, after she's dead, no one will ever find out.
Yeah. I mean, they diagnosed her with epilepsy at early, 16 years old.
Right. And what year was that again? Do you remember?
The possession began in 1968.
60s.
And I think she was born in 52.
Yeah. So epilepsy was pretty widely known by that point. So shouldn't have been the cause of
Yeah, she died of dehydration,
Yep.
malnutrition in 1976. So from 1968 to 76, they were doing exorcisms on her. She was 23 years old and weighed 68 pounds.
That's insane.
But, you know, her family was very, very Catholic. I mean,
Yeah, they were devout, right?
yeah,
So
they may have, you know, probably a misdiagnosis. I don't know.
it's possible. At the same time, you know, no one will ever know because she's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately. And so I don't know. Things like that just are crazy to me. Now, you have a Roland Doe. Sounds like
Roland
John
Doe.
Doe, right?
Mhm.
John Doe. In 1949, he was a Jesuit priest, worked to free a 14-year-old Maryland boy. Now his pseudonym, they called him Roland Doe, from alleged demonic possession. They did that to cover up his actual name. If I'm not mistaken, this is where the first Exorcist
Yeah.
movie came from, was from this.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Newspaper coverage of the case brought attention to the exorcism, which involved disturbing phenomenon such as levitation and speaking in tongues. Pretty crazy. I don't know. For me, I mean, I think that it's amazing that people can do things like that, but at the same time, I don't know. Someone comment. Oh, that was Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time she says you can watch them all you want.
Yeah, this happened in the 40s, 1940s.
Right.
So I don't think I guess his real name was Robbie Mannheim.
Yeah, I think it came out many years later.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want no one to know, but he ended up living a normal life and going on with his life and everything. But in the movie, you know, it was Reagan,
Yeah.
and she was in, what was it, like New York or something like that,
Mhm.
Boston or something like that the movie was from. Been a long time since I've watched The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
Now, we also have one where Dr. Richard Gallagher was on, talked about Julia. Remember Julia?
Julia? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that one I think is pretty fascinating. Dr. Gallagher claimed that she would be able to go into trances, which at that time she could actually levitate in front of him. Literally in front of him, she would just come up and levitate.
That's something I'd like to see.
I would be amazed. I would. She would speak in voices that were definitely not her own, he said. And she knew secrets about others that she had no way of knowing. At times, she would spew hateful rants. And during one session, a demonic voice came out of her and told the doctor to leave the girl alone because she belonged to the demon. And she was his possession.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, after this, he says that she was set to undergo exorcisms. During the exorcisms, just like everything else, she repulsed by holy water that was thrown at her. She caused the room to get unbearably hot. And it is believed that she was eventually freed from the demon gripping her. I thought that she wasn't, but I'm guessing according to that, she is. She did. So,
Yeah.
I swear there was one of them that he was talking about that nothing ever worked.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was.
Right. Yeah, he had so many great stories. His book is awesome.
Mm-hmm. We got one more. I do.
Yes.
I don't know if you got any more. Anna Eklund's case. It's one of the most documented instances of possession in history. So, she allegedly started exhibiting signs of demonic infestation when she was 14 years old,
Huh.
and continued to be possessed for several decades. Decades.
That's crazy.
Her possession included speaking in tongues, strange guttural noises
Christina.
or voices, levitation, and aversion to holy objects, which is textbook's possession right here.
Right.
She had all the symptoms.
All of them.
So it was reported that the result of a curse that was placed on her by her father and her aunt. Her father and her aunt Mina, who was believed to be a witch. Now that's pretty wild.
Huh.
Anna Eklund. They made a movie out of it too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought I watched all the.
Yeah, I did too.
Never heard of that one, I don't think.
Let's see what the name of it is. The Exorcism of Anna Eklund, 2016.
Well,
Her real name was Emma Schmidt. And she was, it occurred over several decades. Lasted from August 18 to December 23rd, 1928.
wow.
In Iowa. So she was American.
Now that's crazy.
And it was a true story.
True story.
So here's how she died.
Oh, she died.
Yeah, she stood upright on her bed and collapsed, screaming at the top of her lungs. Once her shouts reached a fever pitch and an earthly stench passed through the room, and she quietened down. She opened her eyes, then she spoke in a clear voice for the first time in many months. And after 23 days, it was gone.
Wow.
That didn't tell me how she died.
It didn't. It's called clickbait.
You little clickbait, you. I'm looking this up.
Clickbait. I
What do you
know
think?
Arnie Johnson.
Arnie Johnson.
Yeah. Have you heard that one?
No.
So the story of Arnie Johnson is one of more violent cases of demonic possession. So it all started when the Gladstone family moved into a new home. 11-year-old David, actually Glatzel.
Glatzel.
I'm butchering this. Began exhibiting signs of possession, such as speaking in tongues and levitating. Priests perform an exorcism, but did not do anything to free David of the demons. Now
You have to say Bathsheba.
that's right. David's sister's fiance, Arnie Johnson, made a terrible mistake. He began to taunt the demon possessing the boy. Soon after, Arnie began acting violent and having strange trances. He was normally a very calm person, so bouts of anger were frightening to his family and friends. Arnie's problems reached their bloody climax when he got into a fight with his landlord, Alan Bono, and stabbed the man to death.
Mm.
Later, he claimed that he had no memory of the cold-blooded murder.
That's pretty wild. You know, you
Mhm.
have a lot of people that commit crimes like that can't remember, and they don't
Mhm.
know what happened. They hear
Mhm.
voices tell them to do this and that.
Mhm. You ever watch that movie Fallen, I think it's called?
I don't think so.
Let me make sure that that's the right name.
But I mean, you've
You got to
got
watch this movie.
okay.
Let's see if
Fallen.
let me make sure I'm getting it right here. Because this movie is, let's see. I don't think it's The Fallen. I think it's just Fallen.
The Fallen.
Let's see. It's got, remember if it was Denzel Washington. My internet over here is telling me I don't think so.
Uh-oh.
Probably do it on my phone faster.
Well, while we wait,
Yes.
let's hydrate.
Oh, I was right. Yes.
Fallen.
Fallen. Yes. And I was right. It's Denzel Washington. It's a movie with Denzel Washington. It was made in 1998. It is a horror movie, is what it's considered, horror / crime movie. Now, the way this movie goes is just, it's kind of fascinating. So Denzel Washington is like a detective, and he's searching after this guy that's killing these people. He's like a serial killer. Well, he finds the guy, gets the guy. The guy goes on death row. He goes to watch the guy get murdered, or to get put to death. As the guy is getting put to death, the demon comes out of him, and this demon can just jump from person to person to person to person to person. So it gets in another person and starts committing the exact same crimes the exact same way. And so this whole movie, it starts taunting him because he's starting to try to find this thing. And the ending of the movie is freaking fantastic. But it's about a demon that it jumps from person to person, and it commits these murders, but every one of them in a very specific way, the same way every single time. And what makes me fascinated about it is the fact that right? Could some of these things that happen, and they seem to be very similar in nature, but they are, the last time it happened was a long time ago, and they call them copycat killers.
Yeah. Could be.
What if it's not a copycat? What if it is something like this? I mean, someone had to have had this thought to create this movie, or to create the book that made the movie. I don't know which order it came into, but I don't know. You have to watch this. If you've never seen it, Jason, you have to watch it. It's not one of those jump out scary, boogity 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 movies, but it's good. Yeah, but it's good. And everybody out there, I'm telling you, it's a good movie. Promise.
Susan,
she says it's a great movie.
Yeah, she also says another movie you need to check out is called Nefarious.
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 What's that movie about, Susan?
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, Nefarious.
Nefarious. Anyway, while you're waiting, it's about we got like 5 minutes. Remember to like, share, comment. on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I'm trying to get on Instagram somehow. I mean, we got an Instagram, but I can't hardly get it to connect with Facebook.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms.
Nefarious.
Nefarious.
It's a new movie.
Is it?
Came out in 2023.
Uh-oh. What's it about?
On the day of his scheduled execution, a convicted serial killer tells a psychiatrist that he is a demon who can possess his body. As the evaluation ends, he also tells the doctor that he will soon commit 3 murders of his own.
Wow.
So it's
So that's what you was talking about.
It's almost like the other one, but Fallen is different. But
Yeah,
this is similar.
But what you were talking about, the copycat murders,
Yes,
could have been from the same
entity.
Yes.
Possessing different people to do
Right.
the same thing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. Susan says it's a great movie. It blew her mind. I might have to watch it. After I just saw that, I remember seeing the all the advertisements and stuff on it, TV when it came out.
Well, I think
this is a wrap on our first. Everybody, what do you think about us doing a Tuesday, Thursday 1-hour shows and then our Saturday 2-hour shows? What do you think about that? And what do you think about our first one down in history?
Yeah, another thing I'd like to mention is if you have a story,
Yes.
we'd like to do some listener stories. If you could email them to us, or if you got our phone numbers, you can just text us or something.
And this 1-hour show twice a week, we would actually love to have someone come on and tell their story if they want to come on live and tell their story.
We can do it with video or in person.
However you want to do it. Yeah, for sure.
But if you want to email it to us, you can do that at info@paranormal411.org.
Yes.
info@paranormal411.org.
Yes, Susan, you do need to tell us your Dogman story because it is an awesome story.
Yes.
Awesome. Then you could also tell us about all the Bigfoot activity by your house.
Yeah. That's close to us too.
Yeah, they've got. Have you ever heard the recording they've got of the
No,
Bigfoot
I haven't
howl?
heard them.
Holy moly! the what they call the Ohio howl, they've got that, and it's like, and guess what? They're not too far away from where Scott Carpenter did all his stuff.
Yeah,
where their house is. Yeah.
Oh, you need to get your camera built.
Well, we're gonna film it. I could build it on my own, sure, but I thought we was gonna film it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna film it.
We're gonna film it. And that's something that's going to be coming up too. Anybody want to learn how to build an SLS camera and don't want to spend all the money on buying one? Stay tuned.
You're going to learn.
That video will be coming out soon.
From 411.
That's right.
So we've had a blast. I want to thank everybody that has been listening, and remember to share, subscribe if you're on YouTube, like, share mostly, because we'd like to grow this podcast a little more.
Yes, and we could only do that with your help.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you Thursday.
Yeah.
7 p.m.
We don't even know what we're talking about yet, but we'll be talking about something.
We're going to find something.
Maybe we get Susan on. We'll be talking with Susan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. We'll see y'all later.
Everybody have a good night.